Hi guys, welcome to my channel if you're new and welcome back if you're returning. I'm Paula from PSE and Creations. It's been a minute. It's been a while. I know that. And I am sorry. I have not been crafting since probably October. I started this book probably in October time frame and just now finished it. Like literally today, January 3rd, which is when I'm making this video. But anyways, um, happy holidays, happy new year, and happy 2026. Today's video is a flip through. I did another Dumbo little golden book, and I'm going to flip through it, show you guys what I did with this one. Most of my golden books are very similar. I just like the style that I do. I add different things to them. I try to keep them themed, if at all possible. And yeah, this one will be available on my website or in my Whatnot marketplace. Either place, you can go and check them out. And let's go ahead and get started. This is a standard little golden book. And I do keep the original spine. So it's a 1 inch or 1 1/4 inch, I think roughly, maybe a little bit less than a 1/4 inch spine. And I don't do anything to the back. And this one just so happens that it does have some markings right here. And it also belonged to the New Jersey City Library. So I did not remove that. And you'll see on the inside a few more things that kind of point to the New Jersey City Library. I did add corners to it. And I did add a little bit of lace. You have a little elephant charm here on a ball pin, some vintage rickrack. There was a sticker here from the library that was taken off because I did buy this book from someone. I didn't do that. I usually just keep the stickers on there because it does, it will peel things. So this book was loved. It was definitely loved. The closure is just a sari from one of those rugs that you can take apart. This was one of the pieces, and I thought it went well. It has yellows and oranges and reds, so kind of went with, I thought, the color of the book. 2 signatures, as I mentioned. Here you'll see again, this book belongs to Free Public Library, Jersey City, New Jersey. And then here's another stamp here. Here, I think I ripped the page, or it was ripped, one of the two. And I just added a little bit of fabric right there because usually, I don't add anything to the actual book pages. That's just, again, my style. There is upholstery fabric on the spine, so it is it's like a corduroy, actually, upholstery fabric, so it's very sturdy. And this book is from, let's see, it says First Random House Edition 2004, copyright 1941, 1947, 1939. So is this a 2004 or is this a 1947? You tell me in the comments. I always get confused with those. This First Random House Edition 2004, not all of them have that in there, so that's where I get confused. But either way, if it was 2004, we are in 2026 now, so that makes this book 22 years old. As you know, I love to add many vintage pages in here, papers, and the story itself is in order, so you can still read the book. There's going to be coffee dyed paper, possibly avocado dyed paper, tea dyed paper, maybe blueberry dyed, and food coloring dyed. It just depends on what I end up using, which is a variety of things. My junk mailer pockets, I love making those. Just took a little bit of a vintage dictionary page, added his bird friends here, and I had another Dumbo book. It was like a larger one. It wasn't like a little golden book. And I took a lot of images from that larger book to make my tags. I thought this was a cute one. Added some washi tape here and some little sticker ephemera pieces. Oops. And then this was just an image. And of course, as you know, I like to recycle food containers. So some of my tags or journaling cards, like this one, will be brown because of the cardboard of the recycled food container, and some of it might be white. I did so all the way around, and this is backed on a different vintage dictionary page. If you're new to my channel, I love leaving a lot of writing room. So you'll see that in this journal, a lot of room to write or to add your own pictures, your own collages, maybe do your own drawings or doodling, however it is that you use your journal. There's plenty of room in here to make it your own, even though I do decorate it. And I also add a lot of handmade ephemera. This was a page from, I think it was a vintage nursery rhyme. So I just added this little ticket here because, you know, when you go to the circus, you have tickets. Well, you used to back in the day. I don't know. Do they still have circuses that you can go to? I remember growing up, we used to go to Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus. And then gosh, who was it? It wasn't Shriners, but it was something similar to that. Had like local small little circuses in like little towns. I grew up in Arizona. Anyways, I remember going to a few of those circuses as well. This is just a cutout of a fireman clown, and I just added them there. These are 2 cardstocks that were punched with a fancy punch on the corners, just for you to do anything with. Oh, sorry, and this was, like I said, a nursery rhyme book page. So this is a little tuck. You can just do whatever you'd like to there. Copy paper. This was from a kid's activity book. I just like the colors. And make some torn paper stencils. Here's ways to make a stencil without paper. Just crayon heavily write on the screen, then rub the ink over the crayon. Here's some vintage lace that was sewn on the edge. And this is the first page of the actual story. As I mentioned, you can read the entire story. This is another nursery rhyme book. It was different than the other one. This one had a few color images. This is just a cardstock, and again, an image from another Dumbo book that I had, where the little kids, unfortunately, were making fun of Dumbo's ears. But I just glued that down, little writing spot here, and then a little bit of washi tape here. More coffee dyed or tea dyed paper. These are the little popcorn bags that you can get from the Dollar Tree. What I do is I usually cut it in half. One half is in the first signature, the bottom half is in the second signature, so we'll see that. And that is backed on a vintage 1936, I think, dictionary page. And in here, again, images from that other book. I backed it with lined avocado dyed paper. And then just a word flashcard. Some vintage ledger paper, but it's not written on. Reproduction invoice. The story continues. This is the middle of the first signature. Now, if you've ever seen my little golden books, I found a way by watching another tutorial on YouTube, another YouTube creator, where she added what she called bonus pages. So the way that I put the book back together and cut the pages so that they fit, because I don't create a new spine, these are bonus pages. So I just took a little blip out of the other larger book that I had, or actually this was a different book that I had. And it just has, you know, some wordings. All at once, Dumbo was flapping his big ears, and he was flying. Look, you're flying, cried Timothy. Timothy is his little mouse friend. You don't know. And then just a little image of Dumbo. So this is just a bonus page. There is no pockets or anything. You can add a little picture here or a collage or whatever you want to do. I just like the circles or the dots, the colorful dots. It is it is scrapbook paper, but very thin single-sided scrapbook paper. So that's these bonus pages. It's great to use those single-sided, thinner scrapbook paper. So you fold it in half. If you've seen a process video of mine, You've seen how I do this, and I will do more videos to show how I do this. But again, I did not come up with this idea. Excuse me. I was watching another YouTuber, and if I can remember her channel, I will link it in the description box below. Here's the other side of the Repro invoice, the vintage ledger, the dictionary page. This is some vintage fabric that I just created a ruffle. I think this is like a curtain actually. So coffee dyed paper. This is the nursery rhyme book. And here, this was like an image from the book as well. It was like a train ride. This was the larger book that I was talking about. And I just created a belly band. I did not add anything to it, but here you can see that it's a belly band. So maybe I will add something there as well. And here is another bonus page. Now this bonus page is actually a pocket top loader. And again, like I said, I love using the images. And I just backed it and sewed around. And it's just another little journaling spot. The activity page. And here's just a little die cut elephant. A little cluster that I made just using different papers, and then a ticket sticker. And we're rounding the end of the first signature. This is the music sheet that was avocado dyed 1930. It's vintage music. And I just took two little cutout images from a different book. And we have Timothy there, and then we have Dumbo, but he's very sad. He's very, very sad. Oh, the glare is crazy. And then the last page of the first signature is another bonus page, but instead of being a top loading pocket, it's a side loading pocket. So I like to alternate. This is another image from the book, the larger book, as you can see how big. So this is Dumbo and his mama. And again, I just backed it. And it's just a little writing spot. And then you also have a pocket. And you can do so much right here. You can add pictures, you can add collages, you can add a strip of paper if you want to write something down. So you can add a picture right here and then just like glue a piece of paper right here, scrap paper, where you can write some stuff. Second signature, the story continues. We have another page of that rhyme, Mother Goose rhyme book. This is another piece of that fabric, but instead of doing a ruffle, this is actually the curtain. Instead of doing a ruffle, I just did a strip of it glued down. I took just an image again from one of the books of Dumbo and Timothy, and then I took a cardstock and I made it into a pocket. And in here, there's just ephemera that you can use. So it's a word card and a vintage Yahtzee scorecard, a vintage flashcard, and then these are salesman notes. This is the carbon copy. So there was a salesman that every single day. So this one was November 4th, 1961, November 5th, 1961. And I think he just talked about like what he did on that day, maybe what he sold. And this was Sunday, so there was nothing, no hours worked. And that is all on a 1960s dictionary page. Another reproduction invoice. The story continues. The Mother Goose Rhyme, another book of Mother Goose Rhymes. Another page of that vintage ledger, but again, it's not written on. An activities, kids activities book page, vintage lace that was sewn on. Copy dyed paper, sorry. Copy paper that was copy dyed. That's what I was trying to say. Another junk mailer pocket, but this is a top loader, and I made another tag, again using parts of the book. And this one was on a white food container, and I just added a little bit of ribbon up at the top. This is food dyed lined paper. The story, middle of the signature. here is another bonus page. And again, this one's just a page. It's not a pocket at all. And this is a fabric vintage flower. It's like a lace flower. And I just took a little snippet from one of the books, and it says the circus even gave Dumbo his own carriage. And I just put it up there. And again, you can do your own thing on these pages. I just thought it was cool to have just a little bit of something there. This is another vintage music sheet. This is coffee dyed, I think, or tea dyed. I took an image again of the book, the larger book, and cut it out. And this is Dumbo. This is the carriage that he was given, and this is all his mom and his family. And oh, well, this is Dumbo actually, if you see the ears. And this I made into a pocket. And these again are 2 journaling cards. We gave them Loop the Loop. So backed them so that they can be used as journaling cards. These are images again from the larger Dumbo book that I had. Coffee dyed paper. Here's that activities page, and I just had this image of Timothy. He's kind of freaky looking. I'm not gonna lie. In this larger book, because it was like a different book. I don't know how else to put it. It was a different book, and he's kind of freaky looking, in my opinion. The ledger paper. The story continues. Here's another bonus page. This is the top loader pocket one. And again, I have a large journaling card. And here's Dumbo and Timothy from that other book that I had. And again, it's backed, so you can write on it or do whatever you'd like. The other side of the reproduction invoice. The dictionary page. This is the other side of the bottom part of the popcorn bag. Remember I said I cut it in half. That's how tall these popcorn bags are, because look at how much it fills the screen. Anyways, or the page, not the screen. I took this image from the book as well. I thought it went well there. I made this journaling card. Whoops. So this is another image that I cut out, fussy cut out, and then I just added some washi tape there and there. This is a food container. This is another, they were like little boxes. So like this one was another one that was like, I just thought that they were so cool. And then again, I backed it. So you can kind of still see the words from the other side of the book. And then this is another Word, vintage Word, what is this? Flashcard, Word flashcard. So this expands, so you can definitely fit some good amount of ephemera in here. So that's cool. Coffee dyed paper. This is again, this little piggy had roast beef. So it was from the Mother Goose rhyme book. This little piggy went to market. Ugh. And then there's Dumbo, and then this is the end of the book. This is the last actual page of the book itself, of the story. And then this is actually the last page of the junk journal. It's another bonus page, and it is a pocket. And here they are. Farewell. So as you can see, it's similar story, but slightly different, and definitely the illustrators were completely different. So that's where you will see a variation of the pictures. But this one again was backed, sewn all the way around. And on the other side of it, the end of this large book had the end. And I wanted to keep it there. So I did. And this is actually a belly band. So if you have something that you wanted to put in there, you can definitely put something in there as well. And to show that because this was from the library, you can see that it actually had dates due and then a little stamp for the New Jersey City library. So it looks like this was first ever checked out on 8/10/2006. And the last time it was checked out was 6/22/2015. So I thought that was pretty cool. And that's it. That's the end of, like I said, the cover does have some wear and tear, but for the most part, The book itself is in great condition. I hope you enjoyed the flip through. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Again, 2026, as I always start the year off, my goal is to be consistent and show what I can. If you are interested in this book, always, you can send me a message. You can message me on Instagram or TikTok or whatnot. If you're wanting to catch this book. If not, you can go visit my website. The link will be in the description, or check my Whatnot marketplace. I also have a referral link in my description below. If you are interested in joining Whatnot, it's free. If you sign up with my referral link, you'll get either $5 or $10 credit to use on your first purchase with whoever you choose to purchase from. And then once you use your credit, then I get $5 credit as well, so that I can, because I do shop on Whatnot as well. Anyhow, thank you guys so much. Again, Happy New Year. I look forward to being able to share things with you in 2026. If there's anything specific that you want to see, let me know in the comments below. And I will talk to you guys on my next video. Bye, guys.